Hey, there's Wisconsin Wine Guy, and I am back again here hanging out at Toot Kates. And you know what? This shout out is for you, Toot Kate, for your beautiful curation of wines that you decide. Of course, there's a lot of tasting. Someone who's been in the business, there's a lot of tasting going on, and trying to taste for hundreds and hundreds of customers. But your curation is very, very thoughtful. For all of your customers who come and visit Toot Kates to have a good time, enjoy some wine, listen to music, or just simply to hang out like I am today here on a Saturday afternoon. So, that being said, the shout out is for you. Thank you very much for doing all that you do. So, today we're going to be reviewing another wine from Toot Kates. They have their wine dispensers, 24 bottles on tap. Okay, 24 bottles on tap, and I go through and select quite a few of those bottles and give you my opinion what I think of those wines. Some of these wines you may be able to find in your retail establishments. If not, ask them to bring those wines in. Also, maybe you'll find these at your favorite wine bars. Support your local wine bars. If not, tell your local wine bar, bring this wine in for me to taste and for me to share with all my friends and all your customers. There you go. Today, we're going to be sampling the Rose Gold. Rose Gold from Cote de Provence. Cote de Provence. Again, there's so much wine. So much wine in the world, being made in the world, all over the world. I remember when there was just select few. I'm going to age myself. Let me stop. But there was just so much wine being made all over the world that you can taste them all over your lifetime, but then by the time your life is done, there'll be more. Okay? I remember when I had my wine shop, I was sitting down with some of my customers doing a private tasting, and they were asking, so are there wines made all over the world? I went and got the trusty wine encyclopedia and said, well, let's take a look. Pick a country. Let's find out. Yes, there are wines made in pretty much all over the world. Okay? Some are getting more recognition than others. In fact, when I opened my shop, you weren't getting a lot of wines that were getting a lot of prestige from Spain, a lot of prestige from Argentina, a lot of prestige, from Chile. Chile was coming on the scene. South Africa, yeah, forget about it. Australia was on the scene, but what is that? That kangaroo wine put them on the map. But there's a lot of great wines from Australia. But see, every wine, it's like cynical. Every year, this wine is in. So I say to you, don't pay attention to what you read about in the reports. Go out, you see a bottle, taste it, and then start creating your own trend for, hey, let's explore this particular region or specific region. So today, we're going to Provence. Provence is another one of those underrated wine regions that people don't think about when it comes to rosé. There's so many rosés. There's so many rosés on the market. This is an OG, Provence. Okay? Provence is an OG. Provence is a food mecca. Provence is, haute cuisine. Okay? We're talking about, fresh flavors, cuisine. These fresh wines. Okay? So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about Provence. When you talk about the whole lighter style of eating, Provence. If you want to have wine with those more fresh dishes, Provence. Okay? There's a lot of connection here, but because there's so much wine out there, and because the marketing only targets certain areas, predominantly California, certain areas, you tend not to explore other areas because you don't know anything about it. Research, study, explore. And if you don't want to do that part, just go to a wine store, place where you purchase wine, and just select the wine and say, I want to try this one. Read the information, look it up online, find out about it. There you go. So now, Rose Gold from Provence. Female winery owner. I watched the video. Very, very interesting story. Number one, I have not a wine background. Number two, I don't own a vineyard. Number three, I visit Saint Tropez. in France. Okay, that's outside of Provence, 50 miles or so. I visited Saint Tropez, loved the wine, loved the food, and I said, you know what? Oh my God, I have to make some wine from there. That's the story. So they made some wine from Provence. How could you go wrong with that, right? Right? I thought it was a very captivating story because it's usually how it happens, you know. Winemakers, they create a wine or they open a winery out of experiences that they've enjoyed that left an impression upon them. And as always, it's an impression left here. Okay? So now, this wine is a vintage 2023 Rosé Gold Cote de Provence. The grapes is the blend of Grenache and Cinsault. You'll find that Grenache, Cinsault, you may find some Syrah in some of those, but typically you'll find Grenache, Cinsault in those two wines. This is, I said, 2023 alcohol is coming in. Let's find alcohol. I says every time, 1 year the alcohol percentage is going to be in the same spot. 13% alcohol is coming with this one here. Let's give it a taste. Look at that color. Now, rosés come in a varied amount of colorations, okay? Varied amount of colorations. Most of us here in domestically or United States when we think of rosés, we think of like sweet wines. We think of like white Zin, okay? But rosés outside of America for a long time were anything but white Zin, right? So look at this color. This truly has the coloring of a salmon, a nice pinkish salmon color. Of course, salmon comes in different variations of pink, but this here, a nice pink salmon color. All right, beautiful coloring here. Now on the nose. The nose goes from citrus, believe it or not, some type of ripe fruit, and if a white fruit, I would go with white peach. Then it goes into a red fruit, strawberry. That's for me. Let your nose be your guide. Yes, try to do that. Let your nose be your guide. Let your nose be your guide. But that's for me. Citrus, white peach, strawberry. In this particular wine, rosé gold. Okay. Now, two-step process. Always remember, two-step process. We taste acidity. No acidity, no place. I don't care how delicious the wine tastes, but if it's not refreshing, if it's not bright, it doesn't excite me, I have no play for it, right? So here we go. Ah, that smells good. Acidity is nice. Okay? Makes the mouth water. That's always a good thing. Okay? Now, we're going to do a second sip for the taste. But before I taste it the second time, here's what I want to say about rosés. Rosés gives you the best of both worlds, depending on the rosé. If you're a white wine drinker and not a red wine drinker, drink a rosé. If you're a red wine drinker but not a white wine drinker, drink a rosé. Okay? Something else you should know. There's a lot of different methods of making rosé, all right? But typically, I like the method of just free run juice in the natural coloring, okay? Which will, in essence, get you this color. But when I think about rosés myself, I think about something that gives me a cross between a red wine and a white wine. I'm drinking a wine that has those white wine characteristics, but I taste as a white wine style, but I'm tasting those red wine characteristics. This is Grenache and Cinsault. Okay? So now, for the second sip, let's see what we got here. On the nose, on the taste, it's purely what I tasted on the nose. What I smelled on the nose, I should say. Strawberry, citrus, white peach, for me. Okay? Beautiful. Definitely is a wine to be enjoyed with food. And definitely a wine to be enjoyed on a nice 85-degree day, wherever you are. Wonderful. Now, from passion, this wine was created from memory and the passion this wine was created. I say, I thank you for creating this wine based on your passion. So, your Wisconsin wine is going to give the Rosé Gold from Provence, Cote de Provence. I'm going to give it a double thumbs up. Nice presence of fruit, but not fruity. Dry, food friendly for sure. You can't go wrong with this one. There you have it, your Wisconsin wine. I say, you always let your pellet be the guy. And I'm going to see you next time with the next wine review coming from Toot Kates. Toot Kates, cheers, ciao.